Welcome to all our ornamental fish with viewers. Thanks for joining us for this another insightful video on breeding, rearing, and caring for your ornamental fish. If you are new to our channel, please remember to click the subscribe button for instant notifications and more. Now today's topic, we'll be diving into the world of making your own fish food using some ingredients that you can grow in your backyard. Want to know more? Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now, today we'll be discussing and we'll be talking and showing you how to make your own fish food at home. Now, we'll be using some ingredients that anyone can grow in their backyard. Now, the first ingredient that we'll be adding, it is some poultry meal. Now, the poultry meal is kind of rough and it kind of have some other objects that were not grinded out properly. So hence I've always use a sieve to sieve my chicken meal and my fish meal out before I use them. Now this poultry meal and this fish meal, it's extremely good and it's packed with protein. Now I'm using for my measurement this half cup measurement. So this measuring cup that I'm using, it's a half cup measurement. Now if you look closely, you will see all those little elements that were not grinded out properly in the poultry meal. So I'll go ahead and I'll add the fish meal to it, and I'll continue to sieve to get out all those little parts that are too large that can cause difficulty for your fish. So if they're truly in the mixture, they can cause real harm to your fish. Now, after finishing the 1 cup of poultry meal, 1 cup of fish meal, and after sieving both, what I'll start to do is just start to combine those ingredients together. So I'll just be using my spoon to combine the ingredients together to ensure that I have an even mix right across. So therefore I'll be combining all my dry ingredients first before I add any of my other ingredients. Now I'll be adding a half a cup of a fish food, which is a powdered fish food that is used to feed fries. Now I'll be adding this also to enhance the quality of this feed. So I'll be mixing everything together to ensure that I have an even spread. Now I'll be adding some spinach. This is one of the homegrown ingredient that you can use, spinach. So I'll be adding some spinach along with some azola, and I'll be adding the azola that I've grown also to from out of one of my tank. I'll be taking some azola to add to my mixture. Now, what is my mixture without adding some duckweed? So also I'll add some duckweed. If you want to know the nutritional benefits of duckweed and azola, you can check out our recent post that's on duckweed and azola to know the nutritional benefits. Now to this I'll be adding a medium size carrot. Now I'll be cutting this carrot into small pieces, and after cutting this carrot I'll be adding the carrot and the spinach to be boiled only for 5 minutes. So now what we're going to do, we're going to boil our spinach and carrot for 5 minutes. So I've added my carrots and my spinach to my pot, and I'll allow this to boil for 5 minutes before I blend both together along with the duckweed. One of the other ingredients I'm going to add, which is just an helpful one, is some garlic. Now, before I add the garlic, I'll be adding some oats. So I'll be using today some Fosco oats, one of our larger suppliers in Jamaica. So I'll be using a cup of oats, and I'll be blending this oats out smoothly. And one of the reasons you might be asking, why do I use this oats? Well, I use this as a binder. Now, if you do have like cassava flour, you could use that also too. But based on the availability, I'm using the oats as my binder that will bind the ingredients together properly. So here I'm blending out that 1 cup of oats to add to my dry ingredients. So after a minute of blending, this is how my oats look after it is well blended out. So I'll be adding this ingredient now to my dry ingredient, my fish meal, my poultry meal, and my powdered fish food. So I'll be adding this and ensuring that I mix everything well, that every aspect of my food will get the same amount of nutrition from it. So here we go, mixing all that dry ingredient together. Now this other ingredient that you can grow at your home is really cayenne pepper. Now, here in Jamaica, we refer to this pepper as bird peppers because they are small and red. Now, this pepper, I don't use it as it is. I dry it first and then I blend it out. So I'm just harvesting some today to show you that this is another one of the ingredient that you can grow yourself. Now, this is the powdered out cayenne pepper, and I add also to a pinch of paprika. Now, after adding that to my dry ingredient, I continue to stir and mix and ensure that it's well dispersed. Now we'll be adding our garlic because now I've taken my spinach and carrot from the fire. So I'll be adding 3 pegs of garlic to my pot. Now I'll be blending this together also too. So I'll be blending the duckweed, the azolla, the garlic, the carrot, and the spinach together as one, and this would form my wet ingredient, right? So here I added my garlic to the steaming pot, and here is my duckweed and azolla. They are properly washed, and we are adding those to my blender. I'll be adding also to the boiled carrot and spinach to this mix also too. And I'll be also using some of that hot water to blend all these ingredients together, forming a wet mix that will allow me to create a dough out of this when it is all blended together. And by adding it to the dry ingredient, that combination will give us a dough-like fish feed. Now, please remember, if you are new to our channel, please remember to click the subscribe button as we need your assistance as we continue to share info. Now, after adding some of the warm water, some of that hot water that the carrot and spinach was cooked in, we're going to be blending. So here we're blending everything together, forming a lovely green consistency. Now this green consistency is also filled with natural minerals and vitamins for your fish. So here now, after finish blending out all this, we'll be adding it to our dry ingredient. Now we add a small amount first, and then we mix to see how well it is. So then again we add some more to our mixture, and we continue to mix that in to form that piece, that consistent piece that will form our dough. So here we go, because after a while I'll be putting down this spoon and I'll be using my hand to to knead it, like when we as Jamaicans we knead our dough to make our dumplings. I'll be doing the same thing, same process, to ensure that all the ingredients are mixed together well, that there is a rich consistency throughout the entire dough. So after kneading for a minute or two, this is how the dough looks. And if you're doing this at home, this is how the dough supposed to look. Now, please remember that we had used some hot water in blending our final set of ingredients, and adding this usually makes your dough a little warm. So for storing your dough, please remember to let it cool before you package it. Now here we are feeding some of our angels with this power packed, protein packed food. Now thanks for joining us, and please continue to subscribe to our channel. If there's any questions, if there's comments that you would like for us to answer, please drop them in the comments section. Ornamental Fish Whiz.